Bangor.
Hello everyone, today on Good Morning Maine, one man is in the hospital, another in jail following an alleged stabbing in Bangor. We'll have the story.
Plus, a study shows Maine is the worst in the nation when it comes to caring for our children.
And we'll also catch up with the Bucksport robotics team who made their community proud in a world competition.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us today. It looks like kind of another gray day ahead. Oh, by the way, we will have those stories coming up. Gray day ahead today, maybe a chance of rain later on. But
no, we're just going to talk about it and then we're going to move on.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those mornings.
Yeah.
The good news is sunshine on the way tomorrow,
Yeah.
but we better enjoy it because right behind that looks like a little rain.
Kind of a dreary weekend again.
Just in that trend, I guess.
Good for spring cleaning.
Yeah.
All right, here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get into things here on this Thursday morning. Fog is the name of the game this morning. Look how reduced the visibilities are in a few areas, down to even less than a half a mile in many spots. So if you do have to travel this morning, definitely take it slow and allow extra time. It will be tricky for a while this morning until the fog starts to clear up. Because of this, there's a dense fog advisory that'll last for a little while this morning. Once this expires, things will begin to improve from there. So this is kind of your heads up to be ready for some fog across the area this morning. But for now, there's no precipitation out there. We're looking pretty good. We're kind of surrounded by precipitation. There's some just outside of the country and some off further west as well. We could see a few sprinkles or scattered rain showers in a few spots today. That'll start to taper off later on tonight. Look at the eastern coast looking pretty good as well. Maybe a few showers and a rumble of thunder, but nothing too ridiculous to get too worried about there this morning. Otherwise, though, futurecast for today, the fog gets out of here. Here's our scattered rain showers possible. That gets out of here later on tonight. Becoming mostly clear later on tonight with a lot of sunshine on the way for the daytime tomorrow. And the winds will be absolutely perfect. Look at this, about 5 miles per hour or less, maybe even up to 10 miles per hour in a few spots. So, but overall, the wind will be behaving itself at least through parts of Friday afternoon. So your forecast for today, lower 60s, partly cloudy, a few afternoon rain showers. The wind overall will be nice and calm. For tonight overall, mid-30s on the way, a few rain showers early, then becoming mostly clear. The wind again looking nice and calm. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, becoming partly to maybe mostly cloudy with a few scattered rain showers possible during the afternoon period. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
One person is in the hospital and another is in jail after a stabbing on Main Street in Bangor. Bangor police say officers responded to what was initially reported as a disturbance near Shaw's Supermarket on Wednesday afternoon. When the officers arrived, they found a male juvenile that had been stabbed multiple times. He was taken to a local hospital. 18-year-old Aiden Zaugi of Bangor was found a few minutes later and arrested. Police say the two had allegedly been involved in a verbal altercation shortly before the assault. Zaugi is being charged with elevated aggravated assault. The incident remains under investigation.
A Wilton man will spend 3 months behind bars for unlawful sexual contact with a 15-year-old girl. According to the Sun Journal, 29-year-old Carl Boyington engaged in a sexual relationship with a 15-year-old girl in 2019. The girl's mother saw Facebook messages between the two and reported them to police. Wilton police interviewed the girl who said Boyington had sexual relations with her 3 different times. He agreed to plead guilty to sexual assault. In return, prosecutors dropped a charge of gross sexual assault. Boyington will now serve 90 days of a 3-year sentence. He'll also have to register as a sex offender.
Fire destroyed a home in Swanville yesterday afternoon. Belfast Fire Department responded to the call at 460 Town Farm Road around 1 p.m. Chief Patrick Richards says the fire was fully involved when the crews arrived on scene. One person was home when the fire broke out. They made it out with minor injuries. There were also multiple pets at the residence, most of which have been recovered. Chief Richards says crews had to take a defensive approach to put out the flames.
That's a defensive attack, so we didn't put anybody in the house. The house was fully involved and already started to collapse in different areas, so it was completely defensive, all from the outside.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation. The Red Cross has been called in to assist the homeowner.
Well, authorities continue to investigate a grisly crash in Palermo that sent a person to the hospital. According to the fire department, they were called to the North Road in Palermo, the North Palermo Road, early Wednesday morning. They discovered that a person had been thrown from the vehicle during the crash and was pinned underneath. Several emergency crews from nearby towns also responded and helped free that person. According to the department's Facebook page, the victim was rushed to the hospital and is expected to recover.
The Presque Isle Police Department is trying to locate a missing juvenile. Git Pupal was last seen around midnight on Wednesday. He's 5'6", 150 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. It's unclear where he may have gone or what he was wearing when he went missing. If you have any information on his whereabouts, please contact the Presque Isle Police Department at 764-4476.
The Penobscot County Grand Jury has indicted a man accused of stabbing another person. 40-year-old Brandon Hamilton of East Millinocket was arrested after he allegedly stabbed another adult male in Bangor in February. According to police, the alleged victim suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Hamilton was indicted on several charges, including aggravated assault, burglary, and reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon. Meanwhile, the grand jury also indicted 38-year-old Trevor DeRosiers of Mount Chase. He was the subject of an investigation for several weeks after police responded to reports of an assault in December. Police found 2 guns when they executed a search warrant in Mount Chase. DeRosiers was indicted for possession of a firearm by a prohibited person and also violating conditions of release. And finally, a Bangor man who allegedly threatened to shoot people over a parking space was also indicted. 31-year-old Kyle Regal was indicted for terrorizing with a dangerous weapon, criminal threatening, and assault. Police say officers witnessed Regal waving a handgun and threatening to shoot people at the intersection of Cedar and 2nd Streets in Bangor in January. No one was seriously hurt in that altercation.
A husband and wife from Hancock County are facing drug charges. Just before noon on Tuesday, Maine Drug Enforcement Agency, special agents, and Hancock County Sheriff's deputies stopped a vehicle on the Buttermilk Road in Lemoyne. They arrested 32-year-old Jacob Carney and 37-year-old Crystal Carney. Both are charged with 2 counts of aggravated drug trafficking. When authorities searched the Carneys' home on Thistle Lane in Hancock, they seized 46 grams of fentanyl, $6,900 in suspected drug proceeds, and an off-road motorbike, which investigators determined was traded for fentanyl. A minor was in the home at the time of the search. A referral was made to the Maine Department of Health and Human Services. Both Carneys were taken to the Hancock County Jail. A bail commissioner refused to set bail since they were both currently out on bail. They are expected to appear in court this week.
7 people have been arrested after allegedly crossing into Maine from Canada illegally. According to the Bangor Daily News, they report that Border Patrol agents noticed 9 people crossing the border in Mars Hill back in around 9 p.m. last Friday. While they were searching the area, a car with Tennessee plates also turned onto the road. 2 men from New York were then arrested on the scene and found to be in the country illegally. And then on Sunday, drones captured 5 people crossing a field near the border. Those 5, all from Mexico, were arrested. Border Patrol agents are still searching for the 2 still missing. All 7 arrested appeared in court and will be handed over to U.S. Immigration.
It's a study that should sicken you. Maine's rate of child abuse and neglect is the worst in the nation, more than twice the national average. The Children's Alliance says more than 4,200 Maine children were abused or neglected in 2021, mostly neglect, with another 34,000 living in poverty. Brad Rogers takes a look at what's behind the numbers and the plan in the works to turn that around.
You look at the primary risk factors for child abuse and neglect in the state. It's substance use disorder, alcohol use, domestic violence.
Every year, Maine Kids Count assesses the well-being of Maine's nearly 250,000 children. What this year's study found is children are being abused and neglected at a rate more than twice the national average, making it the worst in the nation for the maltreatment of children, including a 30% increase between 2017 and 2021.
This is not where we want to be as a state.
Melissa Hackett of the Maine Children's Alliance says first and foremost, Maine needs more services and support to help parents at risk of abusing or neglecting their children.
And in our conversations with families, we really often hear that they can't access services and supports that they need to have that stability in their home. So when those services aren't as available, and then you layer that with the opioid epidemic, with the COVID-19 pandemic, those create additional stressors for families, and then less resources to meet those challenges.
From the State Office of Child and Family Services to treatment facilities, counseling, and parental classes, Maine is understaffed just about everywhere you look.
I think what we're looking at is an overstressed system.
The Children's Alliance says Maine must invest in strategies and programs that will strengthen families and lower the need for child protection intervention.
We are right now working with DHHS to develop a statewide plan for child abuse and neglect prevention.
One idea is to invest in peer support and paraprofessionals, positions that don't require a license, but can be just as useful as a mentor for parents and as a watchdog protecting children from abuse and neglect. Now, Governor Mills says we're developing a new comprehensive plan to keep children safe by keeping families strong. That includes making sure kids have food and safe housing, and parents have job training, education, child care, and access to treatment. And there is a sense of urgency. They hope to get this prevention plan into the hands of lawmakers in the next 2 weeks.
That was Brad Rogers reporting. Senator Angus King has introduced new legislation that calls on the Supreme Court to adopt a code of conduct. This legislation proposes a requirement that the Supreme Court create its own code of conduct and appoint an official to review potential conflicts and public complaints.
Virtually every judge in the country, whether it's in a state or the federal system, has to follow the canons of ethics. In Maine, we have them, and for the entire federal judiciary, except the Supreme Court. And I don't really understand that exception.
To King, justices of the Supreme Court are currently the only judges that are not explicitly bound by a code of conduct. The senator thinks that this would provide guidance regarding their official duties and engagement in outside activities performed by the justices.
All right, the time now is 8:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, some Herman students have brand new bikes to ride thanks to a program that encourages them to read.
But first, another check of our weather forecast. Looks like another kind of cloudy day ahead today. It will be partly cloudy with a chance of showers this afternoon. The highs will be up near 60 degrees, mostly cloudy overnight, followed by a mostly sunny day tomorrow. The high on Friday, right around 68.
The furniture you've been looking for is in stock and on sale at the Furniture Gallery. Spring into savings with great deals like 10% off all in-stock recliners. And refresh your home with a new sofa and love seat set. 3 choices, just $9.99. Sleep better with a new mattress from Serta, Restonic, or Nectar. Queen mattresses starting at only $2.99. The Furniture Gallery brings you better brand names, plus a bigger in-stock selection, all at the lowest prices around. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money at the Furniture Gallery.
At Hood, our love for New England inspired New England Creamery. We make it with premium Hood milk and cream, then we overload it with the good stuff. Like Green Mountain Mint chip with a rich fudgy swirl. Maine Sweet Blueberry with real delicious blueberries. And Cape Cod Fudge Shop, packed with fudgy truffles. Hood's New England Creamery, from Hood, for New England. Try all 13 flavors.
Hewitt Lift and Rolodoc creates
the strongest, simplest, and most reliable dock system.
With one simple goal:
to get you on the lake
faster and easier than anyone else.
Because at Hewitt,
we build stronger.
After 40 years of quality building, we get it.
Hewitt family builds for your family.
For your family.
For your family.
Stand on the solid foundation of the Hewitt family.
Docks, pontoon legs, and boat lifts.
You work hard, play harder. You deserve a Hewitt.
In 2003, the nation was stunned when 16 members of the Gustav Adolf Lutheran Church were mysteriously poisoned, leaving one of them dead. 20 years later, we're back to see if time really does heal all wounds.
Poison in the coffee, 20 years later. Tonight on Fox 22 News at 10.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out.
Swing and a drive!
Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Welcome back, everyone. Visitors will see a few new additions to the Galen Cole Family Land Transportation Museum in Bangor this year, including a life-size bronze sculpture of the founder himself. The sculpture has been undercover since the statue of the museum founder Galen Cole was delivered to the museum last fall. This coming Sunday, though, the museum is hosting Founders Day, where it will finally be unveiled to Cole's family, volunteers, and guests. Anthony Alamani of Berwick was selected to create that sculpture.
They wanted him sitting on a bench and smiling and leaning forward as if he was engaging with children, because as I learned, children were the heart of his mission.
Founders Day is on Sunday, April 30th at 1 p.m. The event is free and open to the public. The Bangor Band will also be in attendance, along with Senator Susan Collins for that big event.
More improvements are coming to Bangor City Hall. Construction crews have repaired the granite steps leading up to the building, and on Monday they'll start working on the steps leading to the side entrance. Several parking spaces will be repurposed to make room for the contractors. The project is expected to wrap up in June.
The Masonic Lodge, based in Herman, gave back to students at the Patricia A. Duran School through their annual Bikes for Books program. Members of the Line Lodge 174 have been participating in Bikes for Books for more than a decade now through fundraising and grant support. The lodge purchased bikes to give away to students as a reward for reading.
Any money or stuff that we raise, we try to give back to the community as much as we can. And this is one of the best ways to do it. And of course, the kids definitely enjoy it.
Students who participated in the program had their names entered into a drawing each time they read an age-appropriate book. And needless to say, the winners were excited to test out their new rides.
Very generous, and I'm very happy that I got a bike. I have a new ramp, so I'm probably just going to go jumping it and maybe go bike riding.
Knees are coming. I don't know. The lodge gave away 26 bikes in all this year. What a neat thing. It encourages them to enjoy reading, which is, as you know, very important. But they get out there on a brand new bike. I remember when I first got my new bike, I'm just so psyched to show it off. And,
Did you take it off the ramp?
Oh, we destroyed the thing. You get it all scratched up, and then we learn how to fix them, and then we'd paint them and do it again, So
bikes are a great, maybe arguably one of the best toys kids can have.
I lived, half my childhood in a tree, the other half on a bike. You know, so
sounds like a good childhood.
Yeah.
All right, the time now is 8:16. After the break, we'll hear from the Bucksport robotics team, who won 3rd place in the entire world at their recent competition.
We'll have that story and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services. Healing Hands Massage also offers spa services such as facials, body scrubs, and paraffin wax for the hands and feet. Are you looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future.
Are you qualified to do this?
What? Especially when it comes to your finances.
Are you a certified financial planner?
I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
10 years from today, Lisa Schneider will become the undisputed leader of a ginormous pack of dogs. Rescue dogs, to be exact. A second act made possible by the career reskilling courses Lisa's already taking now with AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does, so she can finally run with the big dogs and the small dogs who just think they're big dogs. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Hi, this is Jason.
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
a family-owned business located in Glenburn.
inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
You can always expect tasty treats,
Pizza,
spirits,
familiar faces.
and quality gasoline.
With summer approaching and Pushaw Lake nearby,
We look forward to seeing your smiling faces.
Come
check us out.
Some Bucksport high schoolers returned home as world champions this week. Our David Ledford spoke with the winners about an experience they say was difficult to compute.
Hasn't really completely set in the gravity of it.
This was like a real happy moment.
It was complete shock.
Bucksport High School's robotics team won 3rd place at the For Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology World Championship in Texas over the weekend. The Bucks Wrath Team 6329 received a warm welcome for bringing home the hardware, but many were left like their winning robot, shocked.
The kind of surprise for us all was winning Excellence in Engineering. It's the single best robot award you can win. I mean, they work incredibly hard and they put in a lot of hours. Meetings are optional and we meet, 30 hours a week, give or take. And these kids, I generally have to kick them out of the shop.
Despite running like a well-oiled machine, members of the team say they experienced strong emotions when they hit the competition floor.
As much pressure as there was with thousands, tens of thousands of people watching, there was a little relief, kind of a sense of, let's just have fun this match.
We're used to seeing a lot of people, but this was just way out of what we were used to. There was just a lot of people really looking upon us and cheering, and it was very loud, and it was very nice to have that feeling of that we were somebody.
Team members say the achievement is the culmination of years of hard work, competition wins, and community fundraising. For others, it's just the beginning.
It's definitely changed the course of the rest of my life personally, and it's made me into the person I've become today. I've learned basically everything that I know now from this program and the people I work with.
In Bucksport, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, let me fast forward through this. Sorry, we were talking. Okay, there we go.
Okay, it's because I need the script very much for this. The time is now 8:21.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast with Devin.
All right, here we go. Happy Thursday morning. Fog is the issue out there this morning. Look how reduced the visibility levels are, maybe at around a half mile or less in a few spots, though. So if you're traveling this morning, be ready for some issues with the fog and allow extra time to slow down so you can get to where you're going safely. We do have dense fog advisories that are in effect, though, pretty much for the counties highlighted here in the gray areas. And this will last till roughly later this morning. And once this expires, things will begin to improve as we'll get to welcome some sunshine, but some scattered rain showers could develop during the afternoon period. Right now, it looks a little bit like this out there. We do have some rain showers across the northeastern parts of the, pretty much just outside of the country right now, though, as we look toward Canada. But otherwise, though, off toward the west, we are seeing a few rain showers as well. We will have our turn for a few scattered rain showers later this afternoon, possibly even just a few sprinkles at best in a few areas. We have a few boundaries kind of developing here at this point. High pressure that's off toward the west. That may help to kind of erode some of the precipitation, but anything that does develop today will be out of here later on tonight. So futurecast moving forward, though, again, we're going to be dealing with the fog this morning. Sunshine for a while yet as well, but partly cloudy with a few scattered rain showers during the afternoon period. That gets out of here later on tonight, becoming mostly clear overnight as well. That'll be pretty nice with a lot of sunshine the way to wrap things up for your Friday. That'll be nice as well, so get outside and enjoy things for your Friday. Temperatures will also behave, but then we'll have to start looking forward for our next system, because starting Saturday, clouds will begin to move in as we welcome that next system that will be moving in. We'll start seeing the first little bits of rain actually as we head towards Sunday afternoon, and it's a little bit of a smaller chance at best, but the better opportunities get going with the wind as we head towards parts of Sunday and Monday as well, with rain on the way. So we'll need to be ready for this as well, with a possible multi-day event with rain yet again, though, as you run us through Tuesday and even into parts of Wednesday. So here we go again, multiple days of rain on the way, which is what we don't need at this point. Otherwise, so I'm not only going to show you the rain forecast for today at this point. We'll start to show you more rainfall forecasts coming up soon. But anything today, nothing too ridiculous, maybe a tenth of an inch or less at best before we're all finished up. And that's mainly localized higher amounts, but anything in general today will be rather little at best. Wave heights, though, are rather low at this point. 3-foot wave heights according to the buoys. No small craft advisories in effect at this point. Our average high temperature is 59 degrees. We'll reach for the lower 60s today, getting close to average. Well above normal for your Friday in the upper 60s, back down to the upper 50s Saturday. Lower 50s Sunday. Then we're pretty much sticking around the 50s Monday and Tuesday, and also into your Wednesday. So your forecast for today is looking rather decent out there. Maybe a few scattered rain showers to watch out for. Otherwise, partly cloudy with highs in the lower 60s, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tonight, mid-30s on the way, a few showers early, then mostly clear with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, upper 60s, mostly sunny and awesome. North wind at about 5 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast here. Again, we're looking good for Saturday, mostly cloudy, highs in the upper 50s to lower 60s. The rain gets going Sunday and Monday with highs in the lower to middle 50s.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Building new or replacing an aging deck? Take a look at high-performance Trex composite decking and railing from Hammond Lumber Company. Trex outperforms wood and is available in colors and configurations to fit every taste and price point. Your Hammond sales rep will help you with your design and product choices and can connect you with local builders. And Hammond delivers from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Make the most of outdoor living with Trex composite decking and railing from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or qualified lessees with a current eligible lease can lease this Silverado for $399 a month.
NexGard is the flea and tick protection that's #1 with vets. Your vet trusts it for her patients and her own dog. Plus, its delicious beef flavor is #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet about NexGard.
I'm looking for a partner that I can invest $250,000 in. I'm looking for my next food star.
I want to be national.
The person who I'll be investing in is
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars premieres Wednesday, May 24th on Fox.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Welcome back, folks. Now to Montana and the protest over a transgender lawmaker being silenced by her colleagues. They say she violated their decorum. Now she's been expelled and calls that a disturbing affront to democracy. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has more.
This morning, Zoe Zephyr, Montana's first openly transgender lawmaker, has been banned from the floor of Montana's House of Representatives.
All those in favor of the majority leader's motion vote aye. Those opposed vote no. Motion passes.
The move follows a speech Zephyr gave last week in which she criticized a proposed ban on gender-affirming care in the state, saying it would lead to suicides.
I hope the next time there's an invocation, when you bow your heads in prayer, you see the blood on your hands.
Republicans said that language broke decorum, and they've now silenced her, refusing to grant her the floor when she attempted to speak. They demanded an apology, but Zephyr refused.
When the speaker asks me to apologize, what he is, on behalf of decorum, what he is really asking me to do is be silent when my community is facing bills that get us killed.
On Monday, after being silenced for a third time, Zephyr was accused of inciting this protest in the House gallery. And now all Republican members have voted to expel her from the House floor for the remainder of the session.
No person may participate in conduct that disrupts or disturbs the orderly proceedings of the body.
Zephyr will be allowed to vote, but she will have to do so remotely. In a statement, Zephyr saying, though the Republican supermajority has voted to strip me of my ability to partake in debate, I remain steadfast in my commitment to my community.
Massachusetts National Guardsman accused of leaking classified documents. The Air Force has now suspended 2 commanders from the unit where Jack Tejera worked. And in a new court filing, federal prosecutors say Tejera is a flight risk and must remain detained. ABC's Lindsay Watts is in Washington with what we're learning.
This morning, disturbing revelations about the man accused of leaking top-secret military documents online. These new photos show what federal investigators found inside Jack Tejera's room. The Justice Department says that includes rifles, AR and AK-style weapons, and a bazooka. Prosecutors say Tejera regularly made comments about violence and mass murder, using his government computer to research mass shootings. Photos also show a smashed tablet, laptop, and other devices found inside a dumpster. In a new filing, the DOJ says Tejera is a danger to the public and they want to keep him behind bars until trial. Fallout from the leak is ongoing. ABC News has learned the Air Force suspended 2 commanders in the military unit where Tejera worked. The Air Force calls the suspensions temporary as the investigation continues. 21-year-old Tejera worked as a computer technician with the Massachusetts Air National Guard. Investigators say he started posting classified material to the online forum Discord late last year. He's facing 25 years in prison.
The system failed. This is a major failure. Some people need to be fired over this.
Tejera had high-level, top-secret clearance, which the Pentagon has said was needed to do his job. But lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are demanding more answers.
We need to know the facts. We need to know who this airman was, why he felt he had the authority or ability to show off confidential documents, secret documents to his friends.
Tejera has a detention hearing in Massachusetts later today. Prosecutors expected to argue that he may still have access to classified documents, and nations hostile to the U.S. could help him escape if he's freed before trial.
And still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll hear how firsthand a local Girl Scout has sold a state record's worth of cookies.
We'll hear from her and have more as Good Morning Maine continues.
These days you can buy a new mattress anywhere. However, getting the right mattress at the right price will keep you up at night. When you're ready for a new mattress, come to Dorsey's. We've delivered more mattresses to this area than any other retailer. With over 48 years of experience, the largest in-stock selection, plus our 30-night sleep guarantee, we've got the right mattress for you at a great price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden. Sleep well, my friends.
Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm one of the heat pump consultants at Dave's World. We are Maine's leader in heat pump installations because we have an awesome team that is dedicated to an awesome experience, and we are backed by Mitsubishi products. It's easy to promise awesome, but it is another thing to deliver on awesome. There are so many solutions for every home. The goal is to solve problems and find what's right for the customer. You have heating and cooling problems, we will solve them from start to finish. Dave's World, awesome.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Thursday, April 27th, 2023. It's also National Tell a Story Day.
Stories have been the undeniable quality of transporting us to another place and time. They have that undeniable quality. Stories are also great bonding material since people create memories as they immerse themselves in the storytelling activity. And I know I've said this the past couple shows. Stephen King has said that it's telepathy when you read something that somebody's purposefully made for storytelling purposes.
Yeah, it transports you back in time that way.
Right. Yeah, it gives you a hint on how they're feeling, what they were up to, anything. Whether they happened in real life or are a product of our imagination, stories form an interesting part of human society. In the old days, they were used as history recording tools as well as entertainment. And I think it's important to remember you can always tell them, and you should always be telling them, because that's a good way to bond with other people.
Yeah, I said this earlier, one of my greatest memories of when my kids were growing up is reading them stories.
Yeah.
Not only were we reading the stories, but it would spark conversations, and we would talk about things. And
right.
we had the best conversations that way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. My dad read to me as well when I was a kid, and that's one of the things that I'm so thankful for to this day.
Yeah.
Yep.
So tell a story today.
Right.
Good day for it.
Right.
On this day in history, back in 1965, Pampers diapers were created by Victor Mills, a researcher who was working for Procter & Gamble and wanted to find an easier way to diaper his grandchildren. In 1989, student protesters took over Tiananmen Square in Beijing, demanding new freedoms there.
And in 1994, South African citizens of all races were allowed to vote in the general election for the first time. And in 2010, former Panamanian dictator Manuel Noriega was extradited to face money laundering charges.
That was a little before your time.
Right.
Big news at the time because we sent in actual troops. They went into Panama and pulled him out and brought him back to the U.S. to face some charges.
Right. So, relations, I'm sure, haven't been the same since.
Yeah, we learned about his wife's big shoe collection. This is a whole other thing. You ought to look that up sometime.
More importantly,
she had like 1,000 pairs of shoes or something, and they were talking about the excess that they were living with. Meanwhile, other people were poor.
Right.
I can't remember her name right now. Anyway.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah.
I want some visuals of this shoe collection.
They showed her closet. It's just incredible.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Anyway.
I'm filing that Google away for later. Today's birthdays include singer Lizzo, who's 34. Rocker Ace Frehley from the group Kiss turns 72. Another note on my dad, he was one of the members of Kiss for Halloween one year. I was a witch and he was a member of Kiss. It was cool. I think he was Gene.
Yeah,
Gene's caught some.
Simmons.
Yeah, Gene's caught some stuff lately, though. His behavior's been bad.
Yeah, isn't his having health problems too?
I thought he was canceled or something. You
know.
I don't know.
This day and age, maybe.
I know. And singer Kate Pearson from the B-52s is 75, and singer Nick Noonan of Carmen is 37. He, of course, grew up in Old Town before making it big. We haven't heard much from Carmen. They were kind of big a few years ago. Yeah. They reminded me of like Katy Perry-esque
pop.
very
much. Yeah. He and his wife Amy did that, and they came back to Maine a few times. Just really nice folks. And now I think they're doing different things. They're still together, but just recording different kind of music.
Cool.
I think she's doing kind of like rap or something.
Right.
So.
Stuff evolves. Understandable. But as far as the weather goes, it was quite spooky this morning when we came in. There was quite a bit of fog. Devin did not lie about that yesterday. And tomorrow's going to be beautiful. So it's kind of weird as far as weather goes. Yeah.
I like that.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get into things here on this Thursday morning. Fog is the name of the game this morning. Look how reduced the visibilities are in a few areas, down to even less than a half a mile in many spots. So if you do have to travel this morning, definitely take it slow and allow extra time. It will be tricky for a while this morning until the fog starts to clear up. Because of this, there's a dense fog advisory that will last for a little while this morning. Once this expires, things will begin to improve from there. So this is kind of your heads up to be ready for some fog across the area this morning. But for now, there's no precipitation out there. We're looking pretty good. We're kind of surrounded by precipitation. There's some just outside of the country and some off for the west as well. We could see a few sprinkles or scattered rain showers in a few spots today. That will start to taper off later on tonight. Look at the eastern coast looking pretty good as well. Maybe a few showers and a rumble of thunder, but nothing too ridiculous to get too worried about there this morning. Otherwise, though, futurecast for today, the fog gets out of here. Here's our scattered rain showers possible. That gets out of here later on tonight. Becoming mostly clear later on tonight with a lot of sunshine on the way for the daytime tomorrow. And the winds will be absolutely perfect. Look at this, about 5 miles per hour or less, maybe even up to 10 miles per hour in a few spots. So, but overall, the wind will be behaving itself at least through parts of Friday afternoon. So your forecast for today, lower 60s, partly cloudy, a few afternoon rain showers. The wind overall will be nice and calm. For tonight overall, mid-30s on the way, a few rain showers early, then becoming mostly clear. The wind again looking nice and calm. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, becoming partly to maybe mostly cloudy with a few scattered rain showers possible during the afternoon period. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. A young entrepreneur from Ellsworth has been crowned as a state record holder thanks to a delicious springtime tradition. According to the Girl Scouts of Maine, 8-year-old Liliana Osno now holds the record for the most Girl Scout cookies sold in the entire state. After shattering her initial goal of selling 502 boxes of cookies, Liliana kept setting more goals until she reached 2,222. Of course, her favorite number is 2.
I went to the desk that they have at the store, and I said, "Hi, my name is Lily. Would you like to buy Girl Scout cookies?" I beat the state record, and I got the highest patch.
She kept breaking her goals, too. Currently, Liliana has sold more than 2,600 boxes, but she plans to leave no crumbs behind. Liliana says that she hopes to sell as many as 4,000 boxes next year, but right now she wants to raise enough money for a trip to the National Girl Scout Convention at Walt Disney World this summer. Congratulations to her. I wonder which sold the best out of all the cookies there.
Good question.
I bet you Thin Mints will be right up there somewhere.
Yeah, I like the coconut ones with the chocolate.
Samoas.
Yeah,
I do too. Yeah, I like them all. They're all good.
Is there still time to buy Girl Scout cookies?
I think so.
Okay.
In some places. They're doing a lot of deliveries now, but I bet you if you talk to some people upstairs, they probably have a daughter that has them. There's always an office hookup for Girl Scout cookies.
Good call. I'll have to ask around. Good call. All right, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz has a packed sports segment for us.
We'll be right back.
The circus is coming! The circus is coming!
Don't miss this exciting new show featuring performing bears, motorcycle jumpers, and a human cannon shot. And for you thrill seekers, the Expogo Stunt Team. Vienna Shrine Circus, April 28th, 29th, and 30th at the Bangor Cross Insurance Center.
Are you considering buying a new home? A home inspection is a major step in the home buying process. Knowing the current condition of your future home is very important. From simple DIY repairs to major issues that could cost thousands down the road. Not only can TJ inspect your property, but he is also a licensed contractor. Give him a call today at 210-5000 for a free inspection quote.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
On the next Last Man Standing, Vanessa gets caught in the act.
Their security package includes multiple cameras, one of which happens to capture your front lawn.
Maybe I should rethink that loose robe I wear when I pick up the newspaper.
Why? Then we'd have to pay the paper booth.
And Kyle cuts loose.
You're giving your boyfriend a free pass at a bachelor party in Vegas?
We even came up with this cute slogan about it. It's like, whatever happens in Vegas stays a secret.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
The circus is coming! The circus is coming!
Don't miss this exciting new show featuring performing bears, motorcycle jumpers, and a human cannon shot. And for you thrill seekers, the Ex-Pogo Stunt Team. The Anna Shrine Circus, April 28th, 29th, and 30th at the Bangor Cross Insurance Center.
They're relentless! They're starting to feel extremely targeted!
That one really likes you! Animal Control, tonight on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start on the ice right away. TD Garden sees its second Game 5 in as many days on Wednesday. Bruins looking to close out the Panthers up 3-1 in the series. Bees hoping to avoid a Game 6 in Florida this Wednesday night. They're picking it up in the second period. Boston down 1, but Brad Marchand, look at him following the puck and getting it in on the second chance. That ties it all up at 1 apiece. Late in the second, Sam Bennett is going to get it here off the Bruins turnover, and he makes the Bees pay. Fires this one past Linus Ullmark. That makes it 2-1 now. Same score in the third. Bees on the man advantage off the faceoff. Marchand sends it inside, finds Patrice Bergeron. Welcome back to the lineup card. Cap, he ties the game at 2. Tied at 3 now. End of regulation. Marchand with a breakout chance. It's just him and the goalie, but he cannot push it through, so we head to overtime. In overtime, puck behind the net. Ullmark out to play it. He is out of position. Matthew Tkachuk takes advantage. We are headed back to Florida, ladies and gentlemen, for Game 6. All right, moving on now. We will head up to some rugby up in Orono. The University of Maine's club rugby team is headed to nationals once again. After finishing 5th last year, they'll be facing even stiffer competition this time around. Ryan Sudol has the story.
We've definitely made significant improvements over the year. We've kind of had a lot of injuries, but we seem to figure it out at the end of the day.
The UMaine rugby team is headed for Washington, D.C., where they'll play at Nationals for the second straight year.
We've really come together as a team. Every tournament we've gone to, we've improved, and I think us going to Nationals is like harvesting the fruits of our labor.
While rugby is not an NCAA sport, much of their competition in this and other tournaments are much more invested in their programs, something the Black Bears take pride in.
Their schools fund them a lot, and they go and actively recruit. And for us to just come together as a group of guys and agree that we want to do this, to be able to even compete with them, and then most of the time, perform very well, it makes us feel really good.
And that success comes with a culture change within the main program, spearheaded by new faces whose experience in the sport goes well beyond Orono.
We've definitely gotten more guys who have kind of played rugby before college. Like even this year we have an international student who's a very talented player. That's not really something that I'm used to, and not a lot of teams that we play have that.
Starting Friday, the Black Bears will compete in the small school division at Nationals, where they placed 5th last year. But this time around, there are 16 teams instead of 27.
They're doing less invitational teams, so we're just going to be like right against some good teams like from the get-go. It's definitely going to be a harder, more challenging tournament.
But regardless, their confidence has not waned.
We got a lot of athletes, which really helps a lot. All you really need is a few athletes, a few guys who really know what they're doing, and then you got a good team.
It's a great thing to watch, be a part of, and I hope to continue that trend.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
All right, wishing them luck down in D.C. Let's go down to some high school sports now. Fields all dry by now. We are ready to play ball on Wednesday, getting it started in Bucksport. Some softball action at Wardwell Field. Bucks hosting the Tigers from Dexter. First inning, Dexter with the bases loaded. Lily Bagley at the dish. She's going to slap this one the other way. Abby Corson and Maisie Peach score on the double. That's 2-0 Tigers. Bottom of the first now. Leadoff hitter Ella Hosford takes the first pitch she sees, and the pitcher ropes it to right field over the outfielder's head. She's on third with a leadoff triple. 2 batters later, bases are loaded for Lily Civelli. She rifles this one into the outfield. That gets by, clears all 3 runners. Jedashuk scores from first. Civelli winds up on third. Next batter, Allie Pickering. She joins the hit party and scores Civelli. The Bucks would post 9 runs in the first, and that was plenty enough for Hosford on the mound. She would get the job done. Bucksport wins this one 15-5 in 6 innings. All right, let's go to Mansfield Stadium now. Big one on the diamond between Brewer and defending Class B champs Ellsworth. Top of the first inning, Miles Palmer on the mound for Ellsworth. He strikes out Rowan Valley to end the inning with a runner on third. To the top of the third we go. Speaking of pitching, Brewers' Grady Venetestein, he struck out the side in the third. He was on fire tonight. We'll hear more from that later. Bottom 3, it is 2-0 Brewer now. Andrew Hodgins is going to rip one towards third base, but what a grab by Wyatt Bragdon to prevent the third run from scoring. Top 7 now, 2-0. 2 outs, full count, 110th pitch for Venetestein, cold-blooded strikeout. His 13th of the night, back-to-back complete games for him. Brewer wins 2-0. All right, some other scores from around the area. In baseball, Dexter over Bucksport 9-3. Brewer over Ellsworth in softball 9-2. Maine would drop another one to Merrimack 11-10, the final in that one. And Skowhegan picking up a win on the baseball diamond 3-1 over Mount Blue. All right, back to the ice now for some more playoff hockey. Maine Mariners hitting the road regardless for Game 6, but will they be up 3-2 or down? So back to the Cross Insurance Arena we go here. We're picking it up early in the first. The Royals would strike first. Charlie Gerard showing off that great speed, takes it all the way in, fires home for a 1-0 lead. Minutes later, Mariners come right back. Tyler Hinman, the trailer, roofs one, and we are tied at 1. Fans pretty pumped about it. Late in the period, Redding on the attack now. Max Newton from a tough angle somehow puts it past Francois Brassard. Royals up 2-1 after 1. Second period, Mariners get even on the power play. Former Black Bear captain Mitch Fossier with the one-timer. We are tied at 2. Mariners would then take their first lead of the game. Great passing here. Alex Kyle to Curtis Hall for the beautiful goal. 3-2 Maine heading into the third. Later in the third, Royals on the attack tied at 3. Jacob Goucher will deflect home the eventual game winner as the Royals win Game 5 4-3. They now lead the series 3-2. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Time to get out there and enjoy the spring weather in your new all-wheel drive Toyota. Because right now, at the Toyota Spring Sales Event, you could save up to $1,200 with affordable 3.99% financing on an all-wheel drive Camry. And every Camry comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. So come get your savings, then get out there. Your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs at fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate. 974-7815.
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good.
Oh, okay. I was going to say exactly that.
This spring.
Feeling great, feeling good, feeling great, feeling good, feeling great.
One show.
Metal.
Can. We got that! Is making it rain.
You're going home with $10,000 just like that.
25 words or less.
Best game show host.
Meredith Vieira.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
In 2021, Maine legislators passed a law requiring manufacturers to report when they add PFAS chemicals to their products. An organization recently proposed a bill that aims to make changes to how these chemicals are classified. Our Matthew Duroncic has the story.
The Maine State Chamber of Commerce and lawmakers testified in a public hearing in front of the Environmental and Natural Resources Committee on a bill that would make improvements to laws surrounding PFAS.
These are very complex products to test for. It's very costly, and we simply just don't have the lab capacity in Maine and, frankly, across the United States to be able to comply with the law as is.
The bill discussed at length was LD 1214, an act to clarify the laws to combat perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl substances. It would change how PFAS is defined, protect confidential business information, and remove the 2030 ban on products that intentionally add PFAS.
We support efforts, but when you're trying to regulate everyday consumer products, it's going to be a little bit more difficult and a little bit more challenging for companies to be able to comply with.
Senator Joe Baldacci was one lawmaker who was in favor of LD 1214. He says there needs to be clear rules on how to test for PFAS so businesses can understand how they're impacted.
We need to work with our small business community, our business community, and try to help make sure they are able to comply and have the resources to comply and the time to comply. We need to make some adjustments sometimes to help make sure people can actually comply.
Senator Henry Ingwerson of Arundel was against the bill. He says the changes would cause problems to how the state tests for PFAS.
The definition proposed in LD 1214 leaves out a whole host of harmful chemicals, including several PFAS, adjuvants, and precursors. This new definition means that several toxic PFAS could still be used in products.
Senator Baldacci has a goal in mind heading into the Environmental and Natural Resource Committee's next workshop session.
I just want to show them that we can make these adjustments, but we can still go forward with our goal, which is to continue to clean up PFAS, but we don't have to sacrifice large sectors of our economy in order to do that.
In Augusta, Matthew Duroncic reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, economic uncertainty has renters reeling.
Fox Business Network's David Asman has this and more in Fox Means Business.
An overwhelming majority of first-time renters are hitting the panic button. 92% of them tell the rental membership company Pinata they're worried that the current economy will impact their ability to continue to rent. And rising prices are also creating a summer bummer for vacationers. A separate survey from Bankrate shows 58% of all adults who are unlikely to take a trip this summer say they can't afford one. That's up from 48% last year. On Wall Street, the Dow and S&P 500 closed lower, while the Nasdaq rallied on Wednesday. Strong earnings late Tuesday from companies like Microsoft and Google helped push the index higher. Another automaker is hoping to cut headcount to cut costs. Jeep and Chrysler's parent company, Stellantis, is offering buyouts to more than 33,000 employees. And Tyson Food is reportedly downsizing as well. The company is said to be cutting 10% of its corporate jobs and 15% of its senior leadership positions. That's business. I'm David Asman.
All right, let's move on to weather now.
Here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
All right, here we go. Happy Thursday morning. Fog is the issue out there this morning. Look how reduced the visibility levels are, maybe at around a half mile or less in a few spots, though. So if you're traveling this morning, be ready for some issues with the fog and allow extra time to slow down so you can get to where you're going safely. We do have dense fog advisories that are in effect, though, pretty much for the counties highlighted here in the gray areas. And this will last till roughly later this morning. And once this expires, things will begin to improve as we'll get to welcome some sunshine, but some scattered rain showers could develop during the afternoon period. Right now, it looks a little bit like this out there. We do have some rain showers across the northeastern parts of the, pretty much just outside of the country right now, though, as we look toward Canada. But otherwise, though, off toward the west, we are seeing a few rain showers as well. We will have our return for a few scattered rain showers later this afternoon, possibly even just a few sprinkles at best in a few areas. We have a few boundaries kind of developing here at this point. High pressure just off toward the west. That may help to kind of erode some of the precipitation, but anything that does develop today will be out of here later on tonight. So future gas moving forward, though, again, we're going to be be dealing with the fog this morning. Sunshine for a while yet as well, but partly cloudy with a few scattered rain showers during the afternoon period. That gets out of here later on tonight, becoming mostly clear overnight as well. That'll be pretty nice with a lot of sunshine. The way to wrap things up for your Friday, that'll be nice as well. So get outside and enjoy things for your Friday. Temperatures will also behave, but then we'll have to start looking forward for our next system, because starting Saturday, clouds will begin to move in as we welcome that next system that will be moving in. We'll start seeing the first little bits of rain actually as we head towards Sunday afternoon, and it's a little bit of a smaller chance at best, but the better opportunities get going with the wind as we head towards parts of Sunday and the Monday as well, with rain on the way. So we need to be ready for this as well, with a possible multi-day event with rain yet again, though, as you run into Tuesday and even at the parts of Wednesday. So here we go again, multiple days of rain on the way, which is what we don't need at this point. Otherwise, so I'm not only going to show you the rain forecast for today at this point. We'll start to show you more rainfall forecasts coming up soon. But anything today, nothing too ridiculous, maybe a tenth of an inch or less at best before we're all finished up. And that's mainly localized higher amounts, but anything in general today will be rather little at best. Wave heights, though, are rather low at this point. 3-foot wave heights according to the buoys. No small craft advisories in effect at this point. Our average high temperature is 59 degrees. We'll reach for the lower 60s today, getting close to average. Well above normal for your Friday in the upper 60s, back down to the upper 50s Saturday. Lower 50s Sunday. Then we're pretty much sticking around the 50s Monday, Tuesday, and also near Wednesday. So your forecast for today is looking rather decent out there. Maybe a few scattered rain showers to watch out for. Otherwise, partly cloudy with highs in the lower 60s, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tonight, mid-30s on the way. A few showers early, then mostly clear with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, upper 60s, mostly sunny and awesome. North wind at about 5 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast here. Again, we're looking good for Saturday. Mostly cloudy, highs in the upper 50s to lower 60s. The rain gets going Sunday and Monday with highs in the lower to middle 50s.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Now is the time to consider taking care of your driveway or parking lot. With more than 25 years experience, Harvey Paving and Seal Coating specializes in asphalt maintenance. A fantastic way to extend the life of your asphalt is by taking care of it, and we will fill in all the cracks and seal coat afterwards. This leaves your driveway with a beautiful finish looking like new. Why not increase the curb appeal of your residential or commercial space? Give us a call today at Harvey Paving and Seal Coating for a free quote. 262-0154.
No matter what type of dog you have or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future.
Are you qualified to do this?
What? Especially when it comes to your finances.
Are you a certified financial planner?
I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP.
In 2003, the nation was stunned when 16 members of the Gustav Adolf Lutheran Church were mysteriously poisoned, leaving one of them dead. 20 years later, we're back to see if time really does heal all wounds.
Poison in the Coffee, 20 years later. Tonight on Fox 22 News at 10.
Much has changed over our 75 years. But the one thing that never does, that feeling you get when the race begins again.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, some school districts are taking a new approach on how they grade students. The districts are doing away with deadlines and homework and are instead turning to equitable grading. The new grading policy allows students to retake tests and assignments. It also measures what the students have learned by the end of the term without consequences for behavior. Advocates of equitable grading say it helps reduce grading biases and helps improve students' grades. Some students and teachers say the change has led to a lack of accountability. I'm not so sure how I feel about that. Nobody cares what I think about it, though. But
I love
yeah,
it.
So
I love it.
Different.
Sometimes you have a bad day and you do bad on a test. Some kids aren't good at testing.
Yeah.
You know, I love it. I think it's encouraging kids to learn more, and they don't have to be like, oh, I'm going to do bad anyways. I might as well go do anything else.
Interesting. I think I need to learn more to have an opinion.
I've
on
had
that.
college professors say we're going to try to do this a little bit differently,
Yeah.
which I've appreciated. And, you know, it does get taken advantage of sometimes, but I think overall